as we head into the weekend, as we do every Friday, got to talk about some keys to victory here. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on a 2-game winning streak. Got to make that known. Got to also make it known that the AFC North is wide open and that this is when Mike Tomlin plays his or coaches his best football. We've seen this every single year. Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Week 11, rookie quarterback out there for Cleveland. Steven, we'll start with you. Your key to victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one?
I think my key to victory is that the front seven's got to tee off, just in every phase. You mentioned Mark Robinson being able to play 100 miles an hour and really go hit people. I think everyone on that front seven has to be able to do that, and I think they're going to get every opportunity to pin their ears back and rush the passer and give everything they've got against a pretty strong Cleveland running game. I don't think there's going to be threats over the top, quite honestly. I mean, you got to take care of Amari Cooper, sure, but like, can Dorian Thompson-Robinson get him the ball? Like, make him find out. Like, let's really put him to the test and let's make him prove that he's a player, at least early. So, against the run game that is coming, that they're going to rely on, and then against a rookie quarterback, tee off, get after him. You got to win in the trenches on defense, I think, to win this game, and that's how you, I think, also put this game away early.
Yeah.
I think you can make this get ugly if you are, if you're really getting after them defensively on the front seven. So that's my key to victory is tee off front seven.
Yeah, I like that. You sound off. You have a great ability to stuff the run. If you make the Browns one-dimensional throwing a football in this game, I mean, things could get very dangerous very fast for the Pittsburgh Steelers, or for the Browns in favor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's exactly what you're looking for. I think if you asked anybody in the locker room, they tell you the same thing. Nick, we'll toss it over to you here. Your key to victory, Week 11, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns.
So I think Steven nailed it with the front seven being able to tee off and make Dorian Thompson-Robinson uncomfortable. Biggest thing, though, I want to see compared to what they did last week against Green Bay, they weren't rotating TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith enough with their backup edge rushers, and they almost looked gassed in that game. Like, they were just not getting home like they usually do, and they seemed to really struggle just getting pressure. So I'd like to see a little bit more Nick Herbig and Marcus Golden, just keep those guys fresh. So then by the time Renegade's playing in the fourth quarter, those guys are able to make the big time play, force the strip sack. But I really want to see Pittsburgh almost play the way they have been. I'm not so worried about having Kenny Pickett win them the game. I almost think they just need to stay committed to what's working and almost make Cleveland beat themselves in the situation. Like, Cleveland they're like -4 in turnover margin, which is among among the worst in the league. And Pittsburgh is one of the best.
Yeah.
They're tied for the best. They were tied for the best going into this week with the Cincinnati Bengals at +10 turnover margin, which is like, that's a huge reason why you're winning. So
unreal.
You don't have to force Kenny Pickett to be that guy. Run the football with Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, and maybe utilize a little bit more play action. But I know that's a very hard thing for Matt Canada to do.
I was going to say, come on, let's be realistic with these keys to victory, okay?
Yeah, we got to be a bit more realistic there. But I think the plan is simple: pressure, mistake free. Sprinkle in some play action, for the love of God.
Nick, I want to start with you, but I want to ask both of you guys this. What are you looking for out of Kenny in this game?
Oh, you're asking me first? Okay.
Yeah.
So Kenny Pickett, when it comes to him, I just kind of want to just see him just be, quote, a game manager. Like,
do you think he has been one yet?
At times, but I think he hasn't really been managing his decision making as well as this box score might say. There was that play that didn't count as an interception where he had a very easy low read to go to in Connor Hayward, and then he elected to wait on it, and then he threw to Deontay Johnson, and it looked like the ball should have gotten picked off.
Yes.
You want to see him stay more committed to the yak in that situation. But also, like, the thing with Pickett in those big third down situations, you saw how very often he was checking the ball down. He wasn't really looking to his primary reads as much, even when the protection looked solid. So he's not quite trusting his protection, which is a problem going back to his Pitt days, obviously. But I'm a little okay with that going into this game. I don't think this is a game that he necessarily has to win. He just has to make sure that he's not the reason that they lose the game.
Yes. Okay. I like that. I agree. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if at this point I've labeled him a game manager, but I think that might be the best case scenario for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steven, what are you looking for out of Kenny in this one?
Yeah, I'm a little bit with Nick. This is kind of along the same lines, but I don't know. Just win the football game, man. Like I'm a little over. Like I'm a little over doing like an evaluation, a detailed evaluation of Kenny every week. I mean, win football games, and I think we'll be all right. I mean, they've got so many other strong parts of their team. I think especially on offense, the way they're running the ball, like you don't really need Kenny to be whoever the hell Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or whoever. I mean, don't be stupid, like the stats have to line up and your numbers are reflective of how well you play a lot of the time, but just win the game. Don't turn the ball over, things like that. Like get us into the right play every time at the line. Like that's the stuff I want. I don't need him bombing throws downfield. I've kind of resigned myself to being okay with that he's not going to be that type of quarterback. So just win the game, man. Just win the game. And I think that's, I mean, people will complain all week about how Kenny's not doing enough, but as long as they win the game, I feel like you can listen to those complaints and you can live with them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna put a stat on it, and I might be shooting for the stars here on this one, but I'm gonna say what I'm looking for out of Kenny is just to throw a touchdown. Just throw a touchdown.
Wow.
Maybe your third touchdown in 7 games if you're Kenny Pickett. That is ridiculous. He hasn't thrown a touch or an interception in that time, but he's only thrown 2 touchdowns. Pat Freiermuth hasn't played since week 4. He remains the second leading touchdown scorer in the Pittsburgh Steelers receiving core to this point in the season. That's just throw a touchdown. Just throw 1. You don't need to throw 2. You've only done that one time in your whole career. Just throw a touchdown. I believe that if Kenny Pickett throws a touchdown and it is on the opening drive, the Pittsburgh Steelers put this one away before halftime. Like I truly believe it, and that's what I'm looking for out of Kenny Pickett. My key to victory is much of the same as you guys. It's very simple. Keep the game away from the guys that you have to call up from the practice squad. Don't make this a Trenton Thompson nightmare. Don't make this so much pressure on DeMonte KZ that he can't handle it, or you got to start rushing or putting Darius Rush out there and utilizing him in different ways. Keep it to a point where you are not hitting the emergency button in the secondary and trying to figure out a way to win because who you have out there isn't working out. If you could control the front, if you could shut down the run game, if you could get to the quarterback, you don't have to worry about what Trenton Thompson's doing or what Darius Rush is doing or what Elijah Riley's doing or Miles Killebrew or whoever. As long as you could control that, I feel the Pittsburgh Steelers will be in good hands. I don't know what to expect out of the offense, but I mean, 3 opening drive touchdowns in a row, and you don't have to worry about Trenton Thompson in this game. You should walk away winners feeling pretty good about that one. With that said, week 11, I don't remember. I think we all picked winners last week. We all went Pittsburgh over Green Bay, so shout out to us. Pittsburgh Steelers at Cleveland Browns. DTR versus Kenny Pickett. 2 practice squad guys starting for the Steelers defense. Steven, we'll start with you. Your score prediction for this one.
Yeah, I really think that the Steelers are going to suffocate this team. I think they're going to put on a pretty good effort against the run. Just given all the guys that the Browns are missing up front. I mean, I like Jerome Ford. I hope he has a good game for fantasy's sake. But I think this is going to be low scoring. It's not going to be pretty. But the Steelers are going to walk away with the win, and everyone's going to, not have that much. Well, they're not going to have that much to complain about it, but they'll find stuff to complain about. I think 17-13 final. Steelers win on the road and quite honestly put a stranglehold on, the AFC North. I feel like they're really going to I mean, I guess, the Ravens are still going to hold that top spot, but they're going to put a ton of pressure on them.
Yeah. 17-13. Low. That's a low scoring game for a game that you
That's
were
right.
like, they're gonna smother. This is in the Steelers' favor.
Well,
the whole time.
I don't think they're going to score very much either. So, I mean,
No, that's how the Pittsburgh Steelers win big these days. I 100% agree. 17 points and
one defensive touchdown for the Steelers.
Oh.
I'll give you that one.
All right. That's 2 defensive touchdowns on the season for the Steelers defense against the Browns. That's
right.
That'd be impressive. That'd be impressive. All right, Nick, your score prediction for Steelers Browns.
If you think Steven's prediction is low scoring, but I'm
gosh.
gonna go with 13-10 Pittsburgh. It's gonna be a very I could see this one being like a classic AFC North physical slugfest, and you could just see some pretty sloppy play overall from both quarterbacks, potentially both offenses. But the team that makes the less mistakes is going to win in this situation. I think this will be Pittsburgh here. I think a rookie quarterback like Dorian Thompson-Robinson could be prone to some mistakes, get tricked, pre-snap, and then end up throwing into a post-snap rotation. Definitely something to look out for. I'm going to say 13-10. It's going to be an ugly one, but I think Pittsburgh wins.
13. At the beginning of the show, Steven was like, yeah, this is the game for Sunday. The final score is going to be 13-10.
Well, as far as the stakes go, this is the...
Oh, it's the game of the week. Could you imagine, though, watching a football game going, man, this is going to be the best show. This is going to be this is the biggest game of the week. And the final score is 13-10. That's... For the fans at home,
ball.
Man.
That's real ball.
Yeah.
That's
AFC
North
that's that old school AFC North football right there. I agree.
Smash in the trenches, man.
Yeah. This is smash mouth ball. Run the damn football. All right.
Exactly.
With that said, I'm going to go below Steven, a little higher than Nick here because you both talked me down pretty heavily. The Steelers win. I think the Steelers do pull this one out, even if it is in Cleveland. I think that it seems like it's a much tighter game than the final score gives you, just because I don't believe the Steelers offense gets much kicking at all in this one. I'm going to go 16-7. Steelers only give up a touchdown. They barely let them in to the other side of the 50 through most of the second half, because at some point they're going to put a stranglehold on Jerome Ford. DTR doesn't get much done. I'm going 16-7. This is a defensive 1-1 for those Chris Boswell fantasy owners, man. You're loving this season, and you're going to continue to love this season. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, 16-7, Pittsburgh Steelers win. Feeling pretty good about that. Hopefully we go 3 in a row. 3 weeks in a row now. We'd be 3 weeks in a row because we all picked Tennessee too. Look at us doing well.